Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid here. Welcome to the last monthly recap of 2019.
And the decade.
It is crazy. In today's episode, we are going to recap all the fun stuff that happened in the month that was December 2019. What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Maple Pecan Brown Ale by Brickway Brewery.
Alright, you know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And sit back, relax, sniff yourself a brown eye if you care to, and stay tuned to this episode of Gaming Off the Grid.
WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and I want you to check out Gaming Off the Grid, tough guy.
Holy smokes, guys, it's hard to believe this is the last monthly recap in 2019.
Wow, and the decade. It's crazy. But before we move on any further, I just want to say to you, this is a brown ale, not a brown eye.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke, Mr. I'm afraid of dinosaurs.
Okay, they're scary.
All right, moving right along. The monthly recap. Do you care if we get started?
You go ahead.
All right, Channel of the Month. This is the first time we've ever had a two-time winner. Not that our channel means anything and anybody's going to care, but the Nerd Lair had an amazing December.
Yes, he did. He started adding multiple camera angles, which I don't know if you know anyone else that does that, but hello.
Hey, what's up guys? Sean from the Nerd Lair here. Thanks for tuning into this video where today in the Nerd Lair, I have 3 different camera angles. Woo!
I love his editing, first off. His editing's incredible. It just keeps getting better.
Yep.
And he added that, which just ups the production, I feel like. And then, not only that, the icing on the cake is he went to Japan this month, and he did a vlog about it, and that just pushed me over the edge. That video, and
he just continues to thrive in every format of episode that he does. That's one thing that impresses me. You know, it stays true to his channel, to his brand, but it's like, you know, he's really good at like the quick hitters where, you know, he's got that great pacing, he's got that great narrating voice, but that's like, he's not like a one-trick pony. You know, that's not all he can do. You never know what you're going to see on his channel, and it's just quality content by a very knowledgeable, quality dude. If you haven't went over and hung out with Sean in the Nerd Lair, you gotta take care of that.
You gotta check it out. Now let's move on to Video of the Month. Let's move over to our good friend Captain Algebra, because he did a top 10 of NES games, and this video was incredible.
It was, and I think, you know, there was a lot of people kind of waiting with bated breath to hear it, because Captain's very opinionated. Yeah. So Captain, in this video, takes us on a wild ride through his favorite NES games. I never knew what he was gonna pick next. I think I knew what his number 1 was gonna be. We're not gonna spoil any of his picks, because we want you to go watch that video, with the exception of saying the only pick that he had that made me like want to give him the Stone Cold Stunner was Jaws. But other than that,
well, that's why I like his picks, is because he's super opinionated, he's super knowledgeable, and when he puts a game like that in his top 10 and his reason behind it, you're like, oh, I probably need to check this game out. I need to give this game some attention. Man, he did a great job with this, and every time Captain puts out a top 10 or a top 5, I want to watch it because he's so knowledgeable.
I really enjoyed going through the comment section of this video, because there were some people like, oh, you don't know anything about, and it's like, dude, Captain knows everything about the NES.
He does.
It's like, beat it, you little wiener sniffer.
Yeah,
get
out of here. If you haven't seen this video, we'll leave a link below in our description. Go check it out. Go watch it. Go subscribe to him, because he does great work.
Absolutely. Game of the Month. So, December, we had a very busy upload schedule.
Oh, out of control.
We did not get to play as many games as we typically do, but there was one game that met its demise, and that's Turtles Battle Nexus 2.
Yes, we played this basically the entire month long on live stream, and we finally beat it. And the frustrating part about beating the game on a live stream is we unlock the arcade mode, and we were super excited to play the arcade game, but if you play it through a Wii, it doesn't work apparently. Yeah. So we wasted a good 40 minutes.
And you know, we haven't even had time to fire it up on the GameCube to see if we can open it or not. So I don't know if our disc is flawed or what, but both of them are clean, so it doesn't seem like that would be the case, but...
So that part sucked, but other than that, this game is sweet. It's a fun beat 'em up, it's a fun platformer, but the jumping and the depth perception is messed up.
So it is the platforming in this game. Overall, I'd say the game's fairly easy, but there are some platforming parts that are absolutely maddening. Don't get horny, dude. Don't. Okay.
I can't reach it because you have to come with me because the camera didn't move, dude. It pushed. I had it, dude.
But it was really rewarding once you got past it.
Once you got past it, and like once you got the hang of it, and you were like getting in like the groove of it, it was like, oh, I'm good at this game. And then all of a sudden you'll hit a wall and die. And oh man, this game's frustratingly easy. Now let's move on to one of my favorite categories of the month of recap. I say this every time, but that's beer. What is our beer of the month?
We had a really good month for beer. We had our fair share of Shiner Cheer, for sure. We do every single season. The Mater Familias.
Mater Familias, by Mother's Brewing Company.
God,
Do You Nerd gave that to us.
That was probably the most surprising beer of the month. We got a beer from Joe Wallace, the Sometimes You Don't, which is like a Mounds Candy Bar coconut
good
Imperial Stout.
We had so many incredible beers, but the winner of Beer of the Month has to be Goose Island, Bourbon County. We dedicated an entire week to this beer, to the beer variants. It's so good. It's such a good treat beer.
It is, and honestly, not only one of the highlights of the month, but of the year for us, is we got to review the 2019 variant with Kinszilla.
Yeah, that was so incredible.
And she's the person we stole the beer review idea from. It's like one of those channels just like, oh my god, it's Kinszilla, and then we just gotta like hang out with her and totally down to earth. We had a ton of fun. We just lost ourselves multiple times in conversation, so it was just a really cool moment for the channel. It's kind of like, holy shit, if you would have told us when we started this that we would be able to do that, we'd be like, woo! Yeah. So anyways,
now let's move on to what's on in the game room.
It was the holiday season, and we did a episode where we ranked each of us did our top 5 favorite Christmas movies.
Yes.
We both picked Home Alone as number 1. So guess what was on a lot in the game room?
Home Alone 1. And just to spice it up, Home Alone 2.
Which wasn't on our list, the second one wasn't. But both these movies are great, so funny. I like them because we've seen them so much, but even as we're editing, they can still distract us and take us away from what we're doing. We're like, oh shit, we gotta watch this. Oh, he's gonna put the spider on him. Ooh.
And then the scream, dude. I remember there was a part in Home Alone 2 where Kevin's throwing the bricks off the building and he hits Marv. He hits him like 5 times in a row.
It's so funny.
A brick to the head.
And he's got like that crease in his forehead. Yeah, it's great.
So funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. Those movies are great. Get us in the mood for the holiday season. And, honestly, as we do these monthly recaps and the channel goes on and on, you might get the same answer next year and the year after and the year after.
But we don't.
Yeah, I don't know how we could, have it any other way.
Now, before we move into our last category, let's talk about this beer. What do you think of this maple pecan brown ale?
Yeah, so this suffers from the same Achilles heel, I would say, that a lot of brown ales do for me. And some people might like this, but I personally don't. It's too thin on the mouth.
Yes.
I love the maple flavors here. I love the pecan flavor. I think they achieved that great, but it tastes, and it has a nose of maple syrup. It has a very maple syrupy.
The aroma of this beer is so good.
Over pecans. It's really what it tastes like. But maple syrup's thick.
Yeah.
This tastes like maple syrup, and it's thin. It's like carbonated water type of thin.
It is.
And that bothers me.
Weird. If this were to be like a stout or an imperial stout with these flavors, it would be incredible.
Yeah. And, I've had a few brown ales that do have a little bit thicker mouth to them. Captain actually said, when we were chatting with him, that he's had so many imperial stouts, it makes him kind of think everything else is a thin beer.
Yes.
I think we might be kind of on that train right now, especially through December.
Especially with all the Bourbon County we've been drinking, we're getting spoiled.
Yeah, so I think that was a great point that he brought up, and maybe we're there, but flavor profile's pretty good. Traditionally, though, I think it's fair, I can speak for both of us, we're not big brown ale fans for the most part. This isn't a bad beer, not really my cup of tea. So not taking a shot at the brewery. I think they achieved the flavors that they said they were going for, but it's just pretty mundane and simple for my taste.
It's just, there's just not much going on. Now let's move on to something that there is a lot going on, and that is monthly highlights.
It was so busy, I'm not even quite sure how we survived. There were moments where I was like, dude, there's no way we're going to be able to get this done. But somehow we plowed through. But somehow
we get it done, and it's just like,
Yeah, so I would say overall, it's hard to rank them, so we're just going to kind of go through. But one of the first things that happened this month for us was we were on Pixel Game Squad's Squadcast, and we got to talk with Riff about the Wii U.
That was incredible. That's another milestone. Oh my gosh, we're on Pixel Game Squad. We're talking to Riff. That's one of our favorite channels. We watch it all the time, and it's just dude, we're able to have this talk with him. We're able to talk about one of our favorite consoles, the Wii U. It was incredible.
Very surreal. And I can't speak highly enough of Riff or Aaron. Just so good to work with. Such a good, he's become a friend of ours. We text back and forth, and very professional. And I like working with people that carry themselves, that way. Yeah. He's not afraid to say what he wants. And, it was clear. There was no, mixed messages hey, this is what you guys need. This is what we need to do. And on the back end, I always like that. Some people maybe don't. Yeah. But I'm always, hey, what do you want? What do you need? That way, it's clear communication. We can execute. I felt like for the most part we did. It was a lot of fun.
It's still so surreal, but it's so cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If the channel dies tomorrow, it's like, man, that was pretty cool, and I'm really, really happy that we got a chance to do that and just really hang out and shoot the shit with Riff. It was really cool. We were in a collaboration with Chris Pico as well, which was really cool. This one was a long time in the making. It was really fun. We were on there with a lot of other awesome YouTubers, and this video I thought turned out really good, and I loved our pick, and I don't think a lot of people understood our pick.
Yeah, we picked, so the collab was movies that we want to see be turned into video games, and we picked Soylent Green. We think that'd be such a cool movie that turned into a video game.
Yeah.
First off, I feel like it's a movie most people haven't seen.
Yep.
And if they have, they're like, why would you want this in a video game?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's still to this day, like, if we could go back and reshoot that collab, I think we would pick the same movie.
I think so.
It was so fun, and Chris was great to work with, super professional as well, and it was just a great to be a part of his work because, again, we've admired his work for a long time as well. So,
and speaking of collabs, we actually had our own collab on our channel.
Yeah.
We did games that moved us from the decade, and wow, this was a huge highlight for us because we got some of our favorite content creators a part of this collab. Smaller channels, bigger channels, everyone in between.
Yeah.
It was so awesome to hear people's stories, to hear people's reason behind why that game moved them.
This collab, at least as of right now, is maybe one of the most proud things, I would say, and not from a channel standpoint, from a community standpoint. It was so cool to see everybody come together. Small channels, big channels, everywhere in between. There was no egos in working with anybody. Everybody was timely, professional, and it was just for the love of gaming. It was literally multiple times when we were like dealing with, messaging people back and forth. We're like, this is like the best community on the tubes, for sure.
Retro gaming community is by far the best community.
Yeah.
We say that all the time, but like, first off, thank you to everyone that was a part of that collab. Thank you to everyone that watched that collab. And thank you for everyone that's a part of this community. Even if you don't make content, you're still a part of it. You still watch it. Thank you. Thank you to everyone.
It makes it the best community on YouTube for sure. And our description below this video is going to be very convoluted for this video, so we apologize, but we'll put links to every channel that was in that collaboration. So if you want to go check them out, and you should, because if you like what we're doing, there's no doubt you'll love what these other content creators are doing, because most of them blow us away with their content.
Now let's talk about a monthly highlight that I love to bring up because I'm the reigning champion 2-0, baby, and that's Beard versus Beard. You want to tell about that?
Not really. I think we can kind of move right along. We were also on a podcast called... we were on a podcast. We'll get back to that. Beard versus Beard. It's an annual thing we kind of started. This is only the second one. I thought I had you this year.
Yeah, he was confident. He was coming all cocky, and I said, nope.
Yep, and I've learned that a mustache is not a good thing for me.
I thought it looked great.
Yeah, I definitely didn't feel comfortable. I had to go to work. I had to work a full day with that. And I work in a pretty professional setting, and so that was embarrassing.
Well,
hard to explain. You walk in, everybody's like, whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bold choice.
Yeah. So there was that. But it was fun. And that's just part of what we do, and I'm looking forward to the next one, and eventually somebody's going to be going back to baby boy phase.
Yeah, it's going to be you next year.
Because there's no mustache. It's just all going to be gone.
I don't care, dude.
All
Because
of it.
yeah, you're talking to yourself because you're looking in the mirror right now. But speaking of that podcast, we were on the Power Gauntlet podcast, and this was actually a lot of fun because we did a beer review in it, which was super cool because that's what we do on the channel, and we got to talk about co-op gaming, and it was crazy how professional and how awesome it was for being a smaller podcast, like a newer podcast.
Well, it's definitely going to go places if Steve stays with it. I mean, it was fantastic. We had some great beer. We had great discussion. I'm trying to think of some other cool stuff. Nominated for YouTuber of the Year.
Oh my gosh, we are.
Which is kind of a weird thing to
Which is nuts. Voting ends the 31st, so if you haven't voted yet, and if you want to vote for us, you got to go do it soon. And if we win, we'll be the new hosts in 2020 of YouTuber of the Month, which would be nuts.
Yeah, well, that's the part that I really care about. Like the whole getting people to vote for you, and I don't know. I'm not good at that, like, campaigning type of, vote for me.
Vote for Pedro.
By being hosts, I think we can help carry on the tradition, because Russ Lyman hosted in, 18? Yeah. Do You Nerd in 19? So there's, like, big shoes to fill, and I kind of want to stand up to that challenge and just, like, take care of it.
Keep it quality and keep it going. Keep it going.
So that's really the reason that I care to win it. All right, this is getting a little long-winded, but there's a couple other things. We hit 200 uploads on the channel this month.
Yes, we did.
That's not including live streams.
No,
so
uploads, episodes, 200, which is crazy because we've been doing this for a year and a half. Yeah. That's nuts. That's so many uploads.
We've been grinding, man. And, it's like, I look at it and it's kind of like, sometimes I'm like, man, our channel's kind of growing. And then I'm like, oh, man, it took us 200 uploads to get here.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not growing. I don't know. But it's been a lot of fun along the way. Other than that, we launched... Correction, we didn't do anything. Retro Refresh launch. So this has been a group of retro gamers kind of spearheaded by the folks in the UK, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a big group of us retro gamers in this scene that are just coming together to help push content, to help have fun.
Yeah.
And it's us, Do You Nerd, Telesplash Gaming, and Sean from the Nerd Lair. That's us from the US. Then there's 4 people from the UK. There's the Button Bashers, which they're still enemies. We're coming for you. Then there's Retro Gamer Boy, Chronic Spartan, and Sega Head. Yeah. So 8 amazing channels together talking about retro goodness.
Yeah, and the tie here is, why are these channels together? We all started shoveling shit roughly around the same time, so we've all kind of helped each other.
Yes.
I remember distinctly when, like, the only person watching our videos was Chris from Telesplash Gaming and Chronic Spartan, and that type of community, we've built everything that we have, which isn't much, but we've done it from the ground up and really helped each other along the way as much as we can. There's a very unique bond with this group.
Yes.
So that's why it's really fun, and we wanted to mention it. So anyways, guys, that was December 2019 in a nutshell. Maybe a long-winded nutshell, maybe a large nutshell.
Ooh.
But it was a fun month.
Maybe a pecan nutshell.
Ooh. See? Fun month. I think 2020 is just going to get out of control. We don't know how to slow down, so we aren't going to.
No, yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We also, before the end of the year, will be back with a year-end review of the channel, picking like our game of the year, all that type of stuff. But for December, it was pretty badass.
It was a great month, and thank you guys for following us, supporting us, and for being a part of the channel.
And you guys always know how we end these things. We always appreciate you tuning in and subscribing to the channel. Keep gaming, keep drinking. We'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Off the Grid. Is the spindle where you have to, like, jump her up?
Jump her up.
Jump her up. Is the spindle where you have to, like, jump around it, then you gotta get up, and get down?
I know you were gonna do that.
How could you pick that? Like, basically acting like Captain doesn't know anything about the NES. Yeah. It's like, you freaking troll. You have no idea who you're talking to.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Freaking beat it, you freaking hood rat. But anyways...
Freaking beat it, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I don't even know that Captain Algebra's like, he's a hammer when it comes to...
You little wieners. Did you try so hard to get through it? I think that's it. I tried so hard. I think that's it, dude. I think we got it. Oh, I'm just getting stuck in a loop now.
Oh, dude, I feel myself getting stuck in a loop.
I'm getting stuck in a loop. I can feel it coming on.
It basically means you're running on a program and you're getting ready to glitch.
Short circuit.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm getting stuck on a loop.
Someone else.
I can feel it.